Will here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is the Eastern Palace, the first real dungeon, and where we'll be going to get the first crystal. So let's take a look inside. There's no crystal in here, so we may have to go deeper. And step on those switches to open doors. At this point in the game, they're all, they're pretty nice to you. You just step on a switch and the door stays open. There will be variations on this mechanic later in the game, as the dungeons get harder. So this is probably the easiest dungeon. You want to watch out, for those monster guys coming through. If they touch you, you take damage. Which I guess I didn't show you, because I just wanted to go around them. And you should also just want to go around them. That's a nice 100 rupees there. It's a really quiet, rainy weekend here. Not a whole lot going on. Apparently there's a Santa Claus parade in the rain in town if you wanted to go to that, but no, I think I'm fine just staying here. Actually saw another Santa Claus parade earlier. Oh, okay, so these guys, you run into them and they take magic and damage off you, but you can turn them into fairies if you sprinkle them with magic powder. It's just, they're difficult to target, so I got a map. You may find it better just to stay out of their way. Anyway, Santa Claus parade. So, I was driving through this rural community up in the northern part of this area, and somebody waved me off the road. And so, so I pulled over. It's like, you can't, the parade's coming through, you can't go for another hour. And that road was the only way through the town, so I had to watch the parade, I guess, so I got out of my car and just walked down the road a bit and watched the parade go by, and it was fine, but some part of me resented being forced to stay there for the parade, so when it comes to watching a parade voluntarily, wasn't really down for that, I guess, especially not in the rain. Probably just better to, swing your sword at them and be done with it. Compass! Now it doesn't tell you, like, which way you need to go, it just tells you where the boss is. It's kinda useful, but it's usually pretty obvious where the boss is, and then, like, the few times where you're looking for where the boss is, it's, how shall I say? I mean, there's usually a big key to go through to get to, a big key door to go through to get to the boss, like you see at the top of the screen there. Okay, those guys you can use your sword. They'll take a few hits, but you can't open that either. Need a big key there too. And this is a neat little bit here. Just fall into the pots. We get to Fairyland. It's not really clear. I guess it's like we're still on the floor that we were on, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, that compass thing. So the pots are a good way to deal with those guys. The pots are... Shit, I'm not even talking about pots. God. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about pot or pots or anything like that. And it's a perfectly mundane sort of day, too, so get that thought right out of your head. Yeah, anyway, so, the compass. The compass isn't, I think it's not all that useful. It's easily the least favorite of my routine dungeon items. You know, you just, because the times when you're wondering about where the boss is, where it's like at all confusing, the compass is like totally not going to help you at all, because it's just going to mislead you, if anything. It'll take, you know, may take you to where the boss room is, but there'll be no boss there. It says stuff like that can happen, so be on the lookout. This is a neat little bridge. I always like this little area. As far as dungeons go, I kind of like this dungeon. It's a nice, not too challenging, too taxing. And it's got some interesting locations. And they get pretty wild in this game. There'll be lots of interesting things in the dungeons yet to come. But I like this one. So here you pretty much, yeah, you have to, the thing you need to do to, you need to kill all the enemies and step on that switch. You need to kill on the enemies to get those anti-fairies to disperse. Then step on the switch, and then you get the big key. And yeah, this is me being silly, trying to, yep, and that backfired. So yeah, just leave those guys alone. It's really not worth trying to pinpoint target them. And look, it's not only that I have no life left, I'm also out of magic power. So back to Fairyland we go. It's a good thing this is here. So I guess that's a other location that you could, if you didn't want to have to do the detour down to get the ice, down to the ice rod area to get fairies there, you could have just picked them up in there. But you know, by then it may be too late. And, you know, you have to go a fair ways into the dungeon to get those fairies. So, you know, maybe you should get them sooner rather than later. Okay, so now the bodies are gone, so just get out of there. There's really nothing you can do. So this room is going to be a little trickier because I can't just light the lamps because I don't have any magic power left. So we're just going to take it nice and easy. Try to stay away from those guys. Boy, they move fast. Is it worth the risk? Yeah, we'll do it. Let's see, that's 9, 18 by 5, that's 90 rupees, right? Yeah, because 520s is 100, so 90 rupees. Sooner or later, it all adds up. I was hoping that magic, little bit of thimble of magic would come back if you changed floors, but no, I guess you have to leave the whole dungeon, and that's definitely not worth it. Especially not now, because we would actually have to walk all the way back to the exit. There'll be something for that later. I suppose you could also get killed, but that's really not worth it. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it really carefully here. Try to just get just close enough to this guy to trigger him, and then get away and shoot along the same line. So just go straight back down, so you're still lined up to shoot him. And here I want to avoid going up the middle because I don't want to trigger those guys yet. Boy, I sound like I'm, trigger warning. Can be no laughing matter sometimes. Okay, these guys you pretty well need the arrows if I'm not mistaken. Also, arrows do a lot more damage than your sword. The only downside is the end, and it works at range. The downside is you have to have good aim and they're consumable. Yeah, just get lined up straight with them, and it's pretty straightforward. You can use your sword on these guys, they'll just take more hits. But it is frequent that you will use the item that you got in the dungeon against that dungeon's boss. With some exceptions, but usually that's how it works. So this guy, you just want to give him a wide berth when he starts to fall down. Well, anyway, we got him. Free magic refill. I really needed that. And we'll see you next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, when we get ready to go to the second dungeon.